Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Ascension. Today, I feel strong. I have become addicted to being more calories, so I feel very strong. Thank you for dealing with my breakdown yesterday, but it wasn't a breakdown. It was what was necessary. Now, I'd like to apologize firstly. I shared my feelings around how I feel around my ex-partner. The feeling of love and hate is so strong because when somebody hurts you, you love them and you hate them and you love them and you hate them. And so many people are like, no, you've got to be, and I've got to be, and I've got to be. And look, I can't apologize for my feelings. I know who I am and I know who I'm not. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm bad at. And I also don't know 99.99999% of everything else, as do we all do. But I do know that we are about to embark, we, me, myself, and I, and that is how I refer to myself, we, because there's a me, there's a myself, there's an I. We're going to need all three of us to take this on. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the shred. This is the final countdown. So this is what I do, and this is how I do it, and this is the importance of it. So I actually need to switch off my feelings and switch off my head. Your head, when you're cutting that last bits of shredded, is going to be like, no, Andrew, eat, you're going to die. It's designed to do that, right? It's important. Now, obviously, we don't want to talk about death or anything like that, and we're responsible about it, but the brain will do stuff. So while I've got clarity, while I've got brain function, we've written down the exact plan. And here's how it goes. So walk with me. All right. So firstly, this is a bit of my place. So I'm going to take you to the kitchen. So a couple of things. Firstly, here it is. You firstly got to label your actual goals. I've called it the shred of divinity. Then it's continued. Then it's the reveal. So let me take you through this. So we do weights. This is day one. We do weights, and then we do 1, 2, 3 hours of cardio. Does it matter what cardio? No, it doesn't matter what cardio. Now, I know that it's going to be on a treadmill, but as long as 3 hours is done, it doesn't matter. Okay? The protein source for the day is chicken. Because what I'm doing is I'm going lower fat, lower fat, lower fat, lower fat, lower fat. So 5 days of lower fat just to get that start. And then every third day we've got salmon. So we're throwing in fat to basically prop up your omega-3s because there's a lot of movement. Food window from 2 till 8 p.m. Meaning I get this done nice and early and then I eat from 2 till 8. So I've incorporated intermittent fasting into there. Now at the moment it's sort of been maybe 12 to 9. So we're going 2 to 8. We're going a bit more aggressive. It's been 2 hours of cardio, now we're going to 3. We've been doing salmon every day, and then we threw in carbs as well. We're ripping all of that out. Then it's continued. And it's really simple. You just tick it off, tick it off, tick it off, tick it off. 21 days. And then I've got the reveal. So I've got the little outpour. What we've done is we've said no more to the 3rd hour of cardio on this week. But because we just ingested carbohydrates and we saw that our brain sort of starts melting down, we're going to put 200 grams of carbs, 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 200 grams of carbs. And during this time, we're not allowed to think. We're not allowed to go, oh, we need more food, less food, anything like that. We just need our body to adjust to carbohydrates again. Still keeping the food window between 2 and 8 to keep the routine. And then only 2 hours of cardio. So we've dropped the 3rd hour, keeping 2, And this will still continue with weight loss for another 7 days. But as our body's readjusting, this is kind of a weird time, right? But it's got the reveal here. So it's got a positive here because basically saying, hey, this bit is what the whole shred is all about. It's the 21 days, it's the 90 days, it's everything that we've come to this point. And then we've got the final reveal. And then after I'm now running on carbohydrates and glucose, by sort of around here, I can make the decision of, depending on where we're at, of what we do next. But it'll probably be increasing calories. It'll probably be, so increasing the calories a little bit, decreasing to 1 hour of cardio. 1 hour of cardio I'm gonna do for the rest of my life every single day. Movement is life, it's important. You must start your day that way. And that is how you do it. So, the important thing to get from this. This is my personal, the shred of divinity. Don't choose the shred of divinity. Don't choose whatever. It could be, you could be in a place called Real Simple. So let me just check that the, hello, the camera's okay, yeah, hello. Okay, you must label and visualize your actual playbook. Like visualize your actual playbook, label it. It's your goals. You've got to make it special, okay? I always say that my life is like the divine architect of my own reality. So it's almost like my life is a movie because your life is a movie. No one is going to care about you as much as you care about yourself. So your goal, label it. Label it in a big way, like in a bold, huge, like, this is my thing that I'm doing and taking on. And then really think it through. What am I going to do that day? What am I going to do that day? What am I going to do then? What am I going to do then? What am I going to do then? Until you're so happy with this plan that you're like, if I just do this plan and nothing else, does it get done or does it put me in a place where it's done? If the answer is yes, fantastic. It's written down. It's day by day. I don't need to think. I just need to be like, today is this day. I do weights. I did the weights. I do the 3 hours cardio. I've done the 3 hours cardio. I don't eat until 2. Okay, it's 2. I now eat. I eat up until 8. I know what I'm eating. Cool. Then I do that the next day. And I do that for 21 days. It's that simple. And then you got the reveal, but that's already easier because I'll have more brain function. So it's like, it's that easy. There's nothing else to do. Your brain will do this, your brain will do that, your brain will... No. So label it. Plan it out, whatever it is. Even if it's in your work, even if it's in your, maybe you're starting a business. Like what is it going to take? Like in my businesses, I was like freedom. I had, what did I have? I had pure freedom or something. It's been a while, but basically label what you're going for. Like label this thing as like, here's this thing, this big thing, and here it is. And I'm planning it out, and I label it, and it's like, boom, there it is. And then I just complete it. There'll be noise in your head, there'll be feelings, there'll be emotions, there'll be, and you just complete it. That is how you do it. That is what I'm sharing. That is what's happening. That is that. Now, I'm going to apologize for in the future because the next 21 days, I am going to crash my brain cells. My brain, maybe, not definitely, may go mushkies. Mushkies, it's going to be mush. It's going to be mush. I'm going to be tired, or I'll be frantic, or I'll be manic, or I'll be energetic. But you can enjoy the show. So that's cool, right? Yay! So that's cool. Excited for that. A little bit nervous because Andrew hasn't gone dark mode for a very, very long time. Andrew hasn't really tapped in to what he's really fucking made of for a while. You know? I've been like, oh, it's okay. And now, I'm a bit excited, a bit worried. But I'm gonna do it in a way that's a bit better than I used to do it. I'm gonna do it while breathing and staying calm. So I went to yoga last night, be proud of me. I went to yin yoga and we did some stretching and I really like maneuvered my back around and I really like just centered myself. Really important. So I have got yoga available to me, but I'm not sure if I will be doing yoga during this 21 days. However, potentially to calm the system, I might do a little bit of yoga. I might throw in some yoga. And if I do throw in some yoga, then happy days to me. I'll throw in some yoga. We'll throw everything at it, but it's not in the necessity of the shred of divinity. The shred of divinity. It's got to land for you, right? Yours could be like the feel like a ray of sunshine transformation. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's gotta feel good in your heart, you know? Like this is what you're going for. It's you, for you, for you, for you. So that is where we're at. We are locked in, ladies and gentlemen. The 21 days, which is the full 28 days, but the 21 days begins tomorrow. The 21 days begins, it begins, it begins, it begins, it begins. I'm excited. So, the big things that can go wrong. The big things that can go wrong for me. Probably the biggest thing is my business is crashing during this time. My business, my YouTube crashing, that crashing. That can go wrong. If I'm already in a really high anxious state or really tired, that can be not great. So I have to mitigate that by being calm around it and not taking on too much on my plate. So I'm not taking too much on my plate business-wise. I'm organizing what the next 3 weeks-ish looks like for all my staff, other than 2 staff, which is the live staff, which is YouTube, and I've got another executive assistant, but they sort of help me with little tasks, so that's kind of good, but they are new. What can go wrong is I can start feeling really good, and what I do is I prematurely start being silly and stupid on social media. So YouTube is important to me. I need to stay away from social media. I need to stay away from social media. I need to resist the urge for now to post myself live currently. Post YouTube stuff. Don't post live stuff-ish, I'd say, is my thought. I really do want to potentially post singing, but I need to just pause. I need to pause because it's a threat. It's a genuine threat to the shred. Because then what happens is comments get in the way, I get addicted to it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll say this, maybe I'll algorithm this, maybe I'll... No, get this done. So I need to ban myself. I need to ban myself, and I only need to repost and create content from my YouTube content because that's super important to me. This is the real me. This is the real me. This is what I want. I want to give this to people. Algorithms and playing around on social media is fun, but that's not the stuff that makes a difference. That's not the stuff that's going to build huge community. That's not the stuff that's going to be like, wow, like I want to also achieve my dreams. And, 21 days, that's all I need to do to just stay away from social. But I'm not staying away, I'm keeping YouTube and I'm optimizing it. And I'm driving traffic to YouTube. That's it. So, what's another thing that can go wrong? I can be really discouraged. All the YouTube content doesn't perform. All the stuff doesn't perform. And I'm like, oh, nothing's gonna work, nothing's gonna, doesn't matter. the shred of divinity gets done. This can happen, that is fine, and I just keep going with the shred of divinity. Trust, patience, love, centeredness, breathe, keep going. That is how I'm going to do it. That's it. If I want a creative outlet, I can write my song. I like singing. I really enjoy singing. So I'd like to write my song. I'd like to play around with music and begin to write something out. Fantastic. I can do that. Absolutely. Don't release it. Don't release it, Andrew. Can play around with it. Don't release it. That's simple. I won't have time anyway. I'm basically shredding. Then I eat at 2, and then I'm eating until 8 p.m. And while I'm eating, I'm doing all my work that I need to do. And then I go to bed, and then I go again. And I do that for 21 days. Obviously, health issues in the family. That can go wrong. Cool. If that happens, I am just situated in another place. I can still do my 3 hours cardio, but I drop it down to 2 because the extra 1 hour of cardio will just be me live, helping family out, visiting, etc. And I do that in the second half of the day, and I do some work in that period of the time, and I go to bed and I continue. My ex is clearly going to be in my brain. That can go wrong. It's been hijacking me. So where does she position at the moment? We love her. We love her spirit. We believe that we may never find somebody so similar. There's something about our brains, man, that's just like, we got that same bit of crazy. We got that same bit of nuts. And I've never found that ever before, ever. There's a massive fear there. She could be sleeping with other people. She could die. She could do all that. Like, there's a massive fear. We currently don't work, clearly. Different places of our life, different abilities to confront our own stuff. Cool. She's consistently rejected me right now. Rejected me enough that, like, if you've rejected me around family, health, potential deaths, unlikely that you're going to get in touch with me within the next 21 days. Just really unlikely. Like, I'm just going to put it out there, unlikely. What if she does? I don't have the space for it in 21 days. I will be like, it's very great to hear from you. Can I speak to you on this date? So I can do that. What else can go wrong? It's important to go through so you set a mission, you plan it out, and then you plan out everything that you can think of that can go wrong and what you would do if it did go wrong. That doesn't mean that you're going to handle everything, because you can't plan out everything. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know, there might be something else that happened. I didn't know there was a cyclone going to happen, you know what I mean? But as much as I can prepare for things that can go wrong, it already puts me in the thinking that, like, I'm committed to this, and if it goes wrong, I'm ready to adjust, and with that adjustment, everything still works. Cool. I think I'm all right. I love the ex. Love her to bits. Don't think I'll find a similar crazy. Can't imagine myself in a relationship ever again, really, with anybody else. But can't be in a relationship with her because I've got work to do on myself. She's got work to do on herself. Like, that's just the reality of it. That's just the reality of it. And outside of all the narcotics and all the mess and all that stuff, like, we both definitely agreed. And she saw her growth needed, and she warned me several times. She's like, I don't think it's going to be less than a year, if not several. Andrew was just impatient. He's like, no, like, it'll happen in like 2 months. It'll happen. Like, I am impatient. You've seen me try and work on it. I am impatient. And there's like, in some areas I need patience, and in some areas I need ferocity. And it's finding those two dualities. It's not always ferocious and it's not always patient. But I need to, in certain scenarios, there is only certain things that can be done or can't be done. Otherwise, I don't think there's much things that can go wrong. I'm going to lean into the pain. I'm going to lean into the pain of everything that exists. If you've read my book, you understand. I'm going to lean into the pain that I've wanted a 10 out of 10 rig for a long time, and I've always brought it to an 8-ish. I've never brought it to a 10. I talked a big game. I was like, I want a 10. I've seen it. I've got derailed by relationships, by families, by friends, by this, by other people that don't want what I want. I'm going to lean into that pain. I'm going to really confront that. I'm going to lean into the pain of what it's been like for 34 years to not live inside the true artistic embodiment body of self-expression that I've wanted to. I'm going to lean into that pain. I'm going to lean into the pain of... Sorry, this beard is itching. I'm going to lean into the pain of me not being aligned inside. I've always felt a certain way, but I haven't been aligned. I'm going to lean into the pain of... I'm going to lean into the pain of people believing in me, but because I never I talked a big game and I never, completed the 10, they saw me as what I'm capable of, and I never met their expectations. I've let myself down. I'm going to lean into the pain of letting myself down. I know what I'm capable of. And I've let myself down. I'm going to lean into the pain of this breakup. I'm going to lean into the pain of becoming a man that your family is whoa. Not for validation, but whoa. That's the man. Whoa. You know what I mean? That's the man. That's our son. Now, that's not validation. That's almost a primal, that's our cub. I'm going to lean into the pain. My family put a lot into me, man. They put a lot of energy. They put a lot of focus in me. They didn't do it all right all the time, but they gave it their fucking all. They gave it a lot. Sure, you could do more. Sure, we could do better things, but they gave it. I'm going to do it for all of that. And I'm going to be whoa. So, let's fucking go. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the show. Peace.